This video is sponsored by COEO Studios. So you guys remember that Arrowverse fan game Crisis on Earth 1? You know, based on the 2017 Crisis on Earth X crossover, had a bunch of different characters to play as, different worlds to explore, Beebos to collect, that whole thing. I did a few videos on it back in the day, including a two-parter on the game's story mode, but even all that barely scratched the surface of the amount of content that's really in this thing. Seriously, between the different locations you can run around in, Easter eggs you can find, unlockables, hidden characters to discover, there's a lot of stuff crammed into this game that I never really talked about before. Well damn, I guess I slacked off on this YouTube thing a lot more than I thought.
Hey Buckman, you're a slacker. Do you want to be a slacker for the rest of your life?
So with that in mind, maybe it'd be a good idea to revisit this game and take a look at what all I missed out on the first time around. Starting with one of my favorite unlockables in any game, the costumes. Most of the characters in Crisis on Earth 1 have at least 2 or 3 you can collect, and some of the requirements to get them actually take inspiration from some classic moments in DC TV history. It's pretty cool. Now as for who to start with, like I said earlier, there are a ton of characters we could pick from, so we have options. But if you're like me and you're looking for a nice range of old and new references in your costumes, or at least a character that's really easy to 100%, then look no further than everybody's favorite aging speedster, Jay Garrick. He's only got 4 costumes, one of the lowest amounts in the game, that I've been able to find anyway, and they're all really easy to get. As long as you know what you're doing, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Either way, I'm sure you don't want to just sit there and listen to me yap about it forever, so let's not waste any more time here. Let's check out all of Jay Garrick's costume options in the Crisis on Earth 1 fan game. But before I get into all that though, I just want to give a quick shout out to this video sponsor, COEO Studios. I don't know about you guys, but thanks to everything going on right now, I've had plenty of time to catch up on my comic reading. And if you're like me and you're always looking for something new to check out, then look no further than the amazing books over at COEO Studios. With a wide variety of stories from some big names like Garth Ennis, Steve Epting, and Joshua Dysart, I guarantee you they've got something for everybody. One of my personal favorites is The 7 Deadly Sins, a super bloody western focusing on a group of criminals hired by a priest for a dangerous job in exchange for their freedom. It's like a spaghetti western on steroids. It's fucking awesome. And thanks to my special 20% off code, there's really no reason why you shouldn't check it out for yourself. Just remember to enter Comic Books v World 20 at checkout and you're all set with some great reading material. Again, thanks to COEO Studios for sponsoring this video, and back to the video. Let's get things going with one of the easiest costumes to get, that being Jay's Earth 3 costume, which made its first appearance in the Flash's Season 2 finale, The Race of His Life. All you gotta do to get this one is just find Jay Garrick and unlock him as a playable character. Simple enough, but where could he be, you might ask? Just in case it wasn't already obvious, you'll want to head on over to Earth 3. Once there, take a left and go down the street to make your way over to the Central City Police Department, where you'll see a familiar face standing by the side of the front entrance to the building. Stand in front of Jay and follow the on-screen instructions, and there you have it, your very own geriatric speedster.
I'm Jay Garrick, the real Jay Garrick.
You'll have to come back and redo this process anytime you turn the game off, like you would with any of the other characters in the game, but overall, not too bad, right?
That was quick.
Believe it or not though, the next 2 costumes are actually even easier to unlock than that. All you gotta do is take Jay to 2 specific Earths, Earth 2 and Earth 90. If you make Jay travel to Earth 2, you'll be treated to the fake Jay Garrick disguise we first saw when Hunter Zolomon had a flashback in the Season 2 episode, The Flash of Two Worlds.
Let's see what you're made of, Flash.
Never forget, I am the fastest man alive.
For whatever reason, this is the only one that turns yellow when you first put it on, but I wasn't recording when I found that one out. My bad.
You suck!
Seriously though, it's not a huge deal, just save and turn the game off and the suit will fix itself. However, if retro's more your thing, then travel to Earth 90 instead, where you'll unlock the Earth 90 Flash outfit, based on the costume actor John Wesley Shipp wore in the Flash TV show from the early 90s.
If you play this feature game long enough, you learn some neat tricks.
not too sure what's going on with his face here, but it really is cool to be able to run around as the classic Barry in this game, especially on his home turf. Now there is one more costume you can unlock, but it is a little bit trickier to figure out how you actually do it. First things first, have Jay go to Earth 90 again. You don't have to pick the Earth 90 Flash suit if you don't want to, I just like using this suit on this Earth. Either way, there's a big empty lot near the breach you come out of, so run over there. If you do, you'll get the chance to fight Pollux, a clone of the 90s Barry who first appeared in that show's 18th episode titled Twin Streaks. The fight itself isn't super hard, since you can either glitch him into standing still or just spam the flash time mechanic and ram into him over and over again, but it also shouldn't be too hard for anybody trying to play normally either. All it is basically a redo of the fight you have with Eobard during the warehouse level, so just do whatever you did there but actually win this time. Either way, you'll know you've beaten him when he starts to fall over a bunch, so feel free to run back to Earth 1 and enjoy your new Pollux suit. And that's it. That's all 4 costumes you can unlock for Jay Garrick in the Crisis on Earth 1 fan game. Honestly, if I had to pick one, I think I'd have to say the Earth 90 suit is probably my favorite one out of the bunch. Not that the other suits are bad or anything, but there's just something fun about being able to go back to the classics, you know? Speaking of classics though, the Pollux suit in particular has a few issues that keep it from being the really fun Easter eggy type costume I think it could have been. For one thing, there's really no way of knowing that's the final costume you can unlock. I mean, yeah, it makes sense in hindsight, but unless you're a super fan of the 90s Flash show, chances are you probably have no idea what the hell a Pollux even is. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like hidden items or anything like that in games I play, and I'm definitely not saying TECO or the dev team should have added a list of tasks to do to unlock stuff, like Red Dead Redemption for example, but it would have been nice to have at least some reference to Pollux somewhere on Earth 90 at least, you know what I mean? At least something to give you the idea that there's more to do with a specific character on a specific Earth. And on top of that, you better enjoy that fight with Pollux as much as possible, because once you unlock that suit, he's gone forever. I mean, that's how it looks anyway. I haven't been able to get him to show up again afterwards. It's possible that you have to give it a bit, maybe shut the game off and go through the process of getting Jay and heading to Earth 90 all over again, but at the same time, it does make you wish that TECO managed to get director mode off the ground so you could just fight him whenever. All that having been said though, it is still nice to have something to do other than run to such and such location if you want to unlock something in this game. Hopefully the other characters have costumes with requirements like that too, but I guess we'll see what happens if you guys want to see more videos like this one. But anyways guys, that's every costume Jay Garrick can use in the Crisis on Earth 1 fan game. Did you guys like any of the costumes you saw in this video? Were there any costumes you wish Jay could have used? Or do you have any ideas for which character I should cover next? Either way, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, then go ahead and click that like button, and if you're new, maybe consider clicking that subscribe button too. I've also got links to my Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Patreon in the description. You should probably check those out too. And if you want to see more of my content, then you can click the link to my last video. It's right there in the middle of your screen. Alright, and I will see you all next time.